Good evening, everybody. This is Sweat, and you're watching a little bit of ACW-R gameplay on all 4 of the close quarters maps. And though I will have to warn you, at one point I switch over to the M16 because of my frustrations with the ACW-R and its damage. I'll have to link the video from In the Works Media where he showed basically how the ACW-R is a 6-bullet kill instead of 5, even though it is 20 damage, because of that 0%. For whatever reason, that 5th bullet just knocks you to 0% and doesn't kill you. So I'll check the description at some point later in the video. But anyway, what I wanted to talk to you guys about is how do you play the objective? How do you PTFO in all these close quarters maps and with the new Conquest Domination game style or game type? Because for the most part, at least on PC, I'm not quite sure how it is on console. I know there's a lot more stacked lobbies in console than what I've run into in PC. But it seems like everybody just runs from objective to objective. As soon as you capture one, you run into the next, and it's like a never-ending cycle. Whereas in other video games and other points similar to this, you know, you basically a lot of times you want to hold, you know, more than the other team. That's it. You know, if there's 3 points, you want to hold 2 of the 3. If there's 5 points, you want to hold 3 of the 5. You know, at the bare minimum. I know a lot of people like to run from point to point, capturing and getting all those points. But is that, because that certainly seems a style in close quarters. But is that how you guys play? You know, what is the correct way? Because I want to say that playing the objective isn't just randomly running from objective to objective. Yeah, that is playing the objective in that sense, but is that the smartest way to play the objective? Of course, and I don't want to sit here and I don't want to camp one particular point and rely on, you know, I don't want to put one squad on A, one squad on B and say, all right, you know, this is what we're doing, this is how we're holding this. But what I have found myself doing more often than not is finding 2 objectives that seem to be closer or that have the best avenues of approach, at least to me, which is, like, for instance, on scrap metal here. I think it's A and C. You know, you run into this ladder well, and you can check that window to the right. You guys see me get a lot of kills in it in this video right here, this window right here. And the video I've posted before, ever since I found this little spot, you can pretty much find me, you know, doing my best to hold down these locations. You know, sometimes you lose C like I did there, and I'll be able to go and capture C and hold it from B. But it seems like because B is so far away, and there may be similar avenues on B where you can use B to overlook A, but it's not really helpful as far as defending A. So is that what you guys do on all the maps, or is that just map specific? Because that's what I try to do. You know, I didn't get a chance to show you on Zeba Tower, but Zeba Tower, I believe it's just A and B. You know, I try to pace myself back and forth and run back and forth from A to B. It seems like those are the closest. It seems like in a map that I've said over and over again is already so easy to navigate, it seems like A and B are the easiest to get to and to control, and not necessarily control, but even if the enemy takes them, you know, where they're the easiest to recover, to flank or whatnot, and to just get that point back. On this particular map, I'm not quite sure yet. I so often, or I very seldom, not often, I very seldomly do I play Danya Fortress. I believe it's called Danya Fortress. And it's just not a map that for me comes up very often in rotation. I guess it's because it is pretty much the largest map, and they do have the points that are kind of further spread out than the rest. You know, maybe the next one isn't, but I know that what is that, A all the way across on the balcony is the farthest point in that. So I like to stick with B and C, you know, the few times that I have been able to try it. And here it's A and C, because the B is, if I'm not mistaken, on the bottom, correct? On Operation 9 to 5, the B objective is on the bottom floor, is on the garage, and just going down there and then running back up the steps and running back down the steps and running back up the steps, you know, that takes more time, and you know, at least to me. So I try to just run back and forth from A to C, and that's what you'll see me doing in a lot of videos. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, or if it's something that maybe you've even adopted to your own playstyle, or if I'm completely off base here, but it just seems to me that it's the most effective form of controlling the objectives. It's the most effective form of recapturing objectives that you may have lost, and it's the most effective form of winning the game, and I think that's the most important thing. So let me know how you guys play the objective in close quarters. But guys, I want to say I just hit, or I'm right at 20,000 subscribers, so thank you so much. I'm looking forward to that commemorative video next week from Mr. Texan. Can't wait for him to finish that. If you're new here, just you might have come from the video on the left. That is the JNG90 from the ABCs of Battlefield 3 on Machinima Respawn. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, by all means, just click that annotation on the screen now. Also, I had a little bit of fun with DayZ, the video on the right, and that's just a few minutes of some of the funny parts of our short trip on DayZ, the Arma 2 mod. So, new to the channel, just hit that subscribe button right there in the middle of the screen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for 20,000 subscribers and 1 million channel views. That's fantastic. I'm really happy about that, and I look forward to seeing you guys again soon.